Are you ready to date? And I love this. And it starts out again with this nugget. I know my essence and what a blind person can appreciate about me. I like how you keep going back to that. I feel if someone got close to me, they could like me and not expect them to reject me. Once again, that comes from a position of confidence that one may have to build. It may not be innate. You may not have learned that from your parents.
We talked about that earlier, right?
I'm not too self-critical and judgmental of myself and my conversations after I socialize. So that's the being kind to oneself.
That's self-statements. There are people, Gil, that after they socialize, they take themselves into the proverbial next room and beat themselves up. Did you say that to them?
Replay it.
Oh, they replay it. I mean, they make it aversive. And if you do that when you're socializing, of course you don't want to socialize. Oh, you sounded so stupid. Oh, your joke was so lame.
Right.
Oh, you look so bad. Oh,
I could have said this.
What you had on is so nerdy. Oh, you look so fat. It's like, whoa.
We got to be nice to ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something that always bugs me. I don't talk about my ex when I start dating a new person. Boy, I hate when people talk about their exes.
Yep, that's a big one. If you're still talking about your ex to someone you're going out with that's new, you ain't ready to date.
Nah, don't do that. That's right up there with talking about bowel movements. I don't want to know. Here's a very constructive one here. And this goes along the idea of personal growth and insight that we can develop about ourselves. I have a good idea how I contributed to my past relationship, fellows. That's those I statements. What did I do? Can I change myself? Right?
What did I do wrong? Was I too, for example, prideful? Was I too selfish? Was I too... A lot of women react to a man that they perceive him as overly sexual. All you want is sex with me.
Right.
And that's a turnoff for many women.
Sure.
What did you do wrong?
Another bullet point. I can be alone without being lonely. And I'll tell you, this is something that in my life has blossomed perhaps in the past 10, 20 years. I enjoy, my wife and children will travel. I'll be at home some nights by myself. I really enjoy that time. Read, practice a musical instrument and whatnot. I'm looking at how many days do I have left in my life. This is precious time, and I don't. Whereas if I were a teenager or in my 20s, I say, what am I doing? Where's the party? Where's the girls, right? Now this being alone is not lonely. In fact, it's very precious time for me. And I've got to say that I wasn't born with this. This is something that has come with age.
Very fortunate. Again, being alone is you're by yourself by choice. But being lonely, you're by yourself not by choice. And there's a real difference there, that being able to be alone can be a real gift that people enjoy. It's a present. I've seen people, young mothers who drop their child off at daycare at Wilson's, for example, and leave the building because they just want to be by themselves for a while. That's a real gift. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And I have good pastimes to keep me occupied and happy. That's once again, I'm
going to reiterate too. Good pastimes. I have a saying: only fools have pastimes which aggravate them. And so, if your pastimes are aggravating you, and I tended to be a fool throughout much of my life, where the Cardinals or the Chiefs would aggravate me, or
in New Jersey's the Giants, always the heartbreakers.
Or I would gamble, I'd gamble or bet, or like some of the things that I would access. Even now, like news, it's like it aggravates me. And it's like, why am I doing this? Some of the social platforms I go to online are aggravating. You leave feeling angrier than when you began searching posts on a board. And it's like, okay, do I have pastimes which don't aggravate me?
I love this next one. I don't feel my partner should be responsible for my own happiness.
So we talked about.
Yeah, that's kind of a corollary of this being alone and not being lonely. That's really important. So I guess this is as far as introspection, if this brings up something, somebody watching this were to say, well, gee, I really have trouble with that. Well, there you go. There's an action item. And this is where your book can help kind of focus maybe the attention on productive things one can do.